If you hate snowboarders and think that setting fire to a $100 bill is fun, Deer Valley is your heaven. A short limousine ride from your Gulfstream and you'll be skiing in the Wasatch Mountains dodging Mormons. In this review, I'll discuss the mountain, directions, stats, trail map, best runs, and the general area. At the end, I'll provide a rating from 1 to 10 of the skiing, après-ski, and the beauty of the resort. Getting to Deer Valley is pretty easy. You fly into the Salt Lake City International Airport. You'll jump on I-80 and take a shuttle or a car, and then you'll see Park City. And a few minutes past Park City is Deer Valley. It all takes a little less than an hour. As you come into Deer Valley from Park City, the first thing you'll see on the left is the Jordanelle Reservoir. Then you'll see Little Baldy Peak, the Snow Peak Lodge where most people check in, Bald Eagle Mountain just above that, Bald Mountain. As you go a little further, you'll see Flagstaff Mountain, and the furthest out is Empire Peak. The stats for Deer Valley are respectable. The resort has something for every skier at 27% beginner, 31% intermediate, 10% advanced, and 32% expert runs. The mountain has a well-used 2,026 skiable acres. There are a total of 21 lifts consisting of 1 gondola, 13 express quads, 5 triples, and 2 doubles. The peak elevation is 9,570 feet. The base is 6,570 feet, creating a vertical drop of 3,000. Finally, Deer Valley gets a decent 300 inches of annual snowfall. The chairlifts and acreage will nearly double with a newly approved expansion scheduled to launch in 2025. I'll add links to the most recent articles about the expansion in the description below. Looking at the trail map from left to right, I like to split the mountain up into 5 areas. To start with, there's Little Baldy Peak, next is Bald Eagle Mountain, then Bald Mountain, after that is Flagstaff Mountain, and finally Empire Peak. Let's begin by looking at the Little Baldy area. The area has views of the Jordanelle Reservoir, a leather-seated gondola, and ticket office. This part of the mountain made me realize why Deer Valley is sought after by the ultra-wealthy. The gondola ride zooms you up the mountain, providing views of multi-million-dollar ski-in, ski-out homes getting built at a breakneck pace. The area feels like you're skiing in a residential neighborhood. 2 things of note in this area are the Rhyme Seafood Bar and St. Regis Hotel that I'll summarize later. Where most people access Deer Valley is at the base of Bald Eagle Mountain at the Snow Peak Lodge. This has a typical lodge setup with rentals, stores, food, and ticket sales. This is where the ski school is located, and most beginner skiers will be comfortable. For more experienced skiers, I wouldn't overlook the championship run, as it gets missed by advanced skiers rushing to the other more challenging peaks. I found some great, nearly untouched turns on this run. To get to the more advanced skiing on the mountain, jump on Silver Lake Express. Upon exiting the chair, you'll see why they likely decided to make this ski resort, Bald Mountain. This peak is serviced by 3 high-speed quads and a triple. The intermediate and advanced runs are long and the views are panoramic. The tree runs are tight but doable, and there's little reason to leave this part of the mountain.
Need a hand up?
Be advised, there are a lot of new skiers pushing their limits in this area. All the runs drain out to the impressive Silver Lake Lodge. I recommend kicking back in an Adirondack chair, enjoying a hot dog, and soaking in the sun for a bit at this lodge. After that, you'll want to make your way over to Flagstaff Mountain. This area is also serviced by multiple quads and is a maze of beginner and intermediate runs that seem to all end up at the base of Silver Spike Quad. The top peak feels like a beehive of activity, with skiers skating to their desired runs. I did find an impressive tree run off this peak called Guardsman Glade that weaves under Ruby Express Chair. Another Black Diamond run that seemed untouched, as the mountain tends to have many intermediate skiers. From Flagstaff, you can ski your way over to the most impressive portion of the mountain, Empire Peak. This part of the mountain has the most advanced and expert terrain that includes chutes, trees, moguls, and awe-inspiring views. Also worth noting is a portion of the mountain known as Lady Morgan is in the shadows of this peak. My favorite run at Deer Valley is in this area named Conviction. It seems to be a run that is hidden in plain sight. You start on soft moguls in an open bowl with panoramic views, then hit well-spaced aspen trees, and at the end you're rewarded with a manicured groomer. I haven't skied the double black diamond chutes, but if anybody has insight into this area, please share it in the comments. There are essentially two choices for lodging at Deer Valley: high-end hotels on the mountain or Park City. If you're over 50 and trying to land a woman in her 20s, I'd recommend staying at the St. Regis. It has a funicular that runs to the base of the ski resort from the hotel, a huge pool, and gorgeous views. Plus, right next door is the Vintage Room that is one of the best places to have a drink on the mountain. It is like a yurt for high society. If you're in your 50s and trying to land a 30-year-old, you may want to try the Stein Eriksen residences. You're not going to be wanting for any luxury at this location either. For the rest of us trying to ski on a budget, Park City has numerous options for lodging. The most budget-friendly option is the Chateau Après Lodge. It has everything from bunks to standard rooms and rates that are surprisingly low. Stay here while you can, and as I imagine, it will get purchased and upgraded soon. It is in walking distance from downtown Park City and a 10-minute drive from Deer Valley. There is one bar I recommend in Park City, the High West Saloon. They distill their own whiskey and serve comfort food. It's a large space and relatively new to the area, but they've managed to cultivate an Old West feeling. One half is a cozy little bar, and the other portion is a large open area that makes you feel like you've just kicked open swinging doors in the Old West. One thing I love in a ski town is a breakfast joint that specializes in semi-fast food and opens early. In Park City, that's the Wasatch Grill. They serve up bagels, breakfast burritos, and drip coffee with efficiency and care. I wish every ski town had a Wasatch Grill. I'll add links to both these restaurants in the description below. For on-mountain dining, you have 3 resort lodges that are impressive and spared no expense in their construction. You get your choice of cafeteria food, table service, or drinks at all 3 of these locations: Snow Park, Silver Lake, and Empire Canyon Lodges. Silver Lake is mid-mountain and the most happening, with the best après-ski vibe. Not to mention, there are occasional food truck style offerings and plenty of outdoor seating. The 2 spots on mountain that I recommend are Cushing's Cabin and Rime. Cushing's Cabin has the most character of any location on the mountain. At least stop by for a hot chocolate. It is located on top of Flagstaff and has great views of the backside of the resort. Rime is located on top of Little Baldy and serves high-end seafood dishes in a small space. Not to be missed, it has a deck that hangs over the mountain with views of the reservoir, gondola, and gorgeous houses. It is one of the places that makes little sense that it is there, but I'm happy it is. The Rime is a terrific combo of great food, views, and social atmosphere. Skiing at Deer Valley is impressive. They get okay snow, tons of sun, and spread out skiers well with plenty of high-speed quads. Not having borders allows for better mogul skiing and less frustration dodging budding stoners. With lift tickets reaching the $300 range, I'd expect more, but if you have an Icon Pass, that problem is solved. You'll be hard-pressed to find a long line and get plenty of turns. The skiing is an 8 out of 10. The après-ski is hard to assess because the on-mountain facilities are extremely high-end and too expensive for most. The on-mountain après-ski is family-friendly. I truly found everybody I met kind and considerate. For any nightlife, you need to find your way to Park City that has all the excitement any overgrown ski town has to offer. If I combine the on-mountain and Park City scene, I give the après-ski a 7 out of 10. The views are expansive of the Wasatch Mountains. I think you'd be hard-pressed to look at the views from Empire and not be in awe. Almost all the peaks of Deer Valley provide you terrific views. I rate the beauty an 8 out of 10. Overall, the resort is a 7.6 out of 10. I know many people love this place, and I assume they are wealthy families who like the quiet and family-friendly atmosphere. I am a bit surprised my rating isn't higher, but with the cost being overwhelming and Park City being an example of what goes wrong when too much money floods into a ski town, I'd much rather ski other locations. It will be interesting to see what happens when the resort doubles in size in a few years. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please take a second to subscribe. My goal is to reach 500 subscribers, and I'd appreciate your help. Take a look at my last video of Alta Resort. My next review is of Snow Basin, and I'm working on it now.